Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with
Chef John's official magazine cover debut! Lifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome. Here's a really unorthodox question for you. Can self-deprecation really be an act of self-care? Put more simply, is learning to laugh at yourself good for making you feel better about yourself, highlighting your shortcomings, thus putting your most beneficial self on a pedestal? I'm going to give you a 5-way breakdown today on a thrift store rundown, bringing Hollywood Homer on a budget. And as always, we start in the kitchen. This time around, we begin with a chef whose sense of humor is just as delicious as his culinary intuition. A chef known to many as John Mitzewich, but known to all on YouTube as The Chef John of foodwishes.com, an AllRecipes production. If the food is the star of his recipes, then his hands are the stage hands, working to make everything shine. And highlighting the February-March 2020 Trends issue of AllRecipes Magazine, purchased for 44 cents, 50% off the price of 99 cents for those who don't know math. It's the first issue of its kind, dealing with the then-current state of home cooking. There's a lot sizzling in here, so let's go ahead and get started with a Game Day Graze Day menu. Grazing is just one of many trends that this issue covers within the then-current state of home cooking. Some other trends are an anti-inflammatory diet, food that's good for your gut, and genuine international recipes, among others. For this Game Day Graze Day feast, we have here pretzel bratwurst bites, keto coconut strip with cilantro jalapeno aioli, air fryer buffalo chicken wings, and 2 of 3 total Chef John recipes. Meatball stuffed garlic bread sliders, and to wash it all down, or kick it all off, however you choose, a sunset michelada. There are 2 kinds of people, those who come for the game and those who come for the food. No matter which side you're on, this casual spread will have you cheering, Go Team Graze! If you really want to side on Chef John, next time pronounce it Sunset Michelada. Like your wife, Michelle, Sunset Michelada. Oh yeah, that, if it hasn't already done so for you, should earn you lots of compliments. Same goes for the rest of you guys out there, cooks and non-cooks who have a wife or a girlfriend named Michelle. Anyway, from Graze Day to another menu that's served to amaze on Oscars night, we have here Lee Drummond's Award Show viewing party. Made in association with the editors of People Magazine and AllRecipes Magazine, of course, and tailored to the Oscars, obviously, given the timing of this whole thing. The Pioneer Woman shares 4 recipes for a relaxed but delicious Oscar night, each with a pro tip for streamlining the process. We have here margarita, bacon cheddar deviled eggs, the most important pro tip out of this whole thing. When in doubt, add bacon. A queso fundido, and miniature cheesecakes. And now, onto the entree, and the appetizer, if you will, of this whole thing. The cook to follow, Chef John of the award-winning Food Wizards Video Recipes blog and YouTube channel. He's produced more than 1,500 cooking videos for AllRecipes, but you might not recognize him on the street, as he says he's got a face for radio. So do I, but at least one of us is slightly more handsomely chubby. He's the actor, screenwriter, and director whose hands and voice confidently walk you through techniques. Meet the man behind the camera. This is not really an expanded bio so much as it is a list of things you know and might not know about Chef John already. Growing up in Shortsville, New York, a native of San Francisco, his best advice, never cook scared. A rare talent he possesses that no one will pay him for, identifying which menu items at restaurants should be avoided because they're probably made with leftovers. Just see which items on the lunch menu are chopped up versions of things on the dinner menu, and vice versa. His real superpower? Making people laugh. His last meal on Earth, roast chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy. Keep it simple, just like his channel. His secret recipe for barbecue sauce? Don't ask. In fact, you probably have 2 already on the internet right now. His wife's SFQ, San Francisco-style barbecue sauce, made a collaboration with Chef John, because at the time there was no barbecue sauce indigenous to San Francisco. Their home. Then again, there's Chef John's All-American barbecue sauce, and I'll link both of those below. And knowing that Chef John's kitchen anytime can be a good time for a joke, he quips, "A holidays can sense fear," instructing viewers to tackle velvety egg sauce head-on. And that leads me to my first important point in self-deprecation equaling self-care. Chef John makes mistakes. They're well documented on his YouTube channel. You probably make mistakes in the kitchen too, although you probably don't have a platform for documenting those. Whatever the case may be, the part of self-deprecation comes when you laugh at those mistakes. They're not intentional, they just happen. In fact, to quote Bob Ross, they're happy little accidents that you could probably eat if you choose to do so. That, of course, being that they're safe to eat in the beginning. The self-care part comes from learning from those mistakes, moving forward, and improving them the next time you make something in the kitchen. Self-deprecation leading to self-care. Laughing at your mistakes, then learning from your mistakes and fixing them and correcting them the next time. It's not that complicated. That even applies to that friend of yours who has no earthly idea on how to cook and believes that spoons come with owner's manuals. When you built up enough competence in the kitchen to learn that, then you can whip up these Irish cheddar spring onion biscuits. Regular biscuits are already a perfect thing. And cheese is one of the few things that can make a perfect thing even more perfect. That and a little luck of the Irish. The Irish cheddar spring onion biscuits, along with the 2 other Chef John recipes highlighted in the Game Day Grace Day menu, will all be linked downstairs. Blog posts and videos and all. In fact, let's just show you them now in the Game Day Grace Day menu itself, presented in all. Recipes, ingredients, photos, the works. The meatball stuffed garlic bread sliders, which garnered 5-star reviews out of 10 reviews, and the sunset michelada, which out of only a couple reviews, both of them giving 5 stars. Is that any indication of the rating I'm going to give this at the end? Well, when you tackle the whole menu at the very end of it, as opposed to immediately following the Grace Day menu, or at least the photographs, that's actually a bit awkward. But no matter, this is still a delicious issue nonetheless, and there's a lot more sustenance to this than meets the eye for this reviewer. But if that's not successful enough for you hardcore food wizards, how about this? It's more of an appetizer, if you will, but this is a trial issue of AllRecipes Magazine, a sneak preview, if you will, of the new kind of food magazine from the world's largest food community. Once again, purchased for 99 cents, but this time paid in full. The beginning of this issue is pretty pork forward. There's a whole bunch of pork chop recipes in here. Some of them stuffed, some of them doctored up just a little bit further. And along those same lines, we have here a feature I'm really fond of, a spin doctor. As they say, it's a slot machine for food. 4 recipes tailored to 4 unique situations. For a book club. For a Sunday night supper that yields a whole lot of Monday afternoon leftovers. For a birthday treat for an office colleague. Even the office colleague you're not that fond of. And the whole family being grouchy and you wanting to become the John Cena of solving this kitchen dilemma. Or dilemma, to be technically correct. I may not be able to do it the way Chef John does it, but I don't need to. I have my own ways. In any case, the Spin Doctor is in the house, with 4 recipes for each one of these unique scenarios. We have here a blue cheese herb spread as a book club snack, a simple whole roast chicken for your Sunday supper, which will yield plenty of Monday afternoon leftovers. We have here a Chicago-style pan pizza. That's certainly one attitude adjustment for a dinner right there, hence the John Cena reference. And dark chocolate bacon cupcakes for your office birthday treat. And as with the principal trends issue right here, we get a more expanded bio about Chef John, mega food wish. Chef John, wife, relaxed, beloved video guru of AllRecipes.com and former line cook and caterer, believes you'll never gain the confidence to cook from just reading a recipe. You need to watch and learn. I'll say this about this sneak preview. There are a lot more photographs in here, and the article is much more expansive than the trends issue. And this is just the sneak preview issue, folks. So, this definitely wins to the article department, but has no company recipe alongside it. So yeah, there are similarities and differences in here. If you want the Cliff Notes version of how Chef John came to be Chef John, have a look.
I actually was a culinary instructor at the California Culinary Academy, and I decided to leave to start like an online culinary academy. I had been filming these little 3-5 minute recipe videos just to sort of learn the equipment, learn how to actually do this stuff. Before I knew it, I had 100 videos and I was getting a decent following on YouTube, and I figured, hey, I don't need to do a culinary academy, I'll just keep making recipe videos. What inspires me to choose dishes is really easy. It's the actual viewers. My whole concept of food wishes is what's your food wish? So I get so many ideas, literally hundreds a day. People asking, can you try this? Can you try that? I really enjoy having the show on YouTube versus like a TV or other outlet. It's immediate. I get the comments literally a minute after I post the video. You write a cookbook, you do a magazine, you do a TV show. You don't actually hear and see what people think of it right away. The style of my show is sort of the anti-cooking show, where the chef is sort of the focus of the event. Mine, I wanted to sort of be about the food and have very little to do about the chef. And I think in that way you sort of bring people into the video with you. The foodie in my family is actually my wife, Michelle. I love food, I'm all about the food, but as far as like a hardcore foodie, knowing all the ingredients, all the chefs, all the restaurants, that's my wife, Michelle. My ultimate food wish, I've never been asked that. I would like everybody to realize what an advantage it is to have a few fresh herbs in the backyard. There's just nothing like a fresh piece of grilled meat on your grill that you've tossed with freshly chopped herbs and olive oil. It's a whole different deal. Yeah, I always cooked when I was a kid. I grew up attached to my grandma and mom's apron strings. I was always following them around the kitchen. And then in high school, I actually realized that there was colleges for cooking, which was amazing to me. So when I figured out I could just go to a culinary academy, learn to cook, and that would be a college degree, I was very excited to hear that. So that's sort of what I ended up doing.
Anyway, if you get spotted at your local thrift store, this trial issue is certainly not one to disappoint. It's definitely got the chops, and then some. I am awarding the trends issue here 4.5 out of 5 claps. I am also awarding the All Recipes trial issue the same for no Chef John recipe. Total 9 out of 10 claps. For all those non-cooks out there, there's an old joke, and by old, I mean I just made this up. Sure, that blue box of mac and cheese yields no credit, but at least you don't know what you're really eating.
Honestly, I'm so thankful you know how to cook.
Anyway,
You know what my dinner would be if it wasn't for you?
what's that? Yeah, but it's world famous.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. A great idea for good cooks on a budget.
Enough is enough. If you want to be the Lucy Hale of recipes that never fail, Food Wishes is hard to beat. And that's no pretty little lie. That's the truth. Chef John is a trend all his own. Please follow the links below for all the recipes featured and mentioned and more info as usual. And as always, enjoy. Seriously, I really do hope you give these a try soon. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.